Hey, what's going on, everybody? Boilon here, back for another video on Marvel's Strike Force. Are you ready to start collecting shards for Null? I feel like I've done this intro before, but no, wait, just wait. So we finally have a official confirmation release date for Battleworld. Yes, due to the data mines, there are information in there related to the monthly events of the weekly events of November that indicate when Battle World is going to be launched. Pretty crazy. So late Friday night, there was an update to the datamine files that show the first week of November's events. And within that contains some information regarding Battle World. And I think it's crazy because this just once again shows that the data gets pushed in the server before things are publicly known. And you're more likely to see it here first about what's coming up because they don't like to tell you this stuff in advance. But we're going to go over all of this in the video. So if you're ready to go, let's boil this down. Okay, so I do want to. Well, we'll just start here, I guess, in the data mines and talk about that. And I also want to go from here onto the Battle World rewards. I actually do. They did some updates actually on some of the files related to the rewards, and I kind of want to compare what we've seen publicly in the images versus the rewards that I see in the data mines and see how that varies. So we do have a couple of data mines coming first. We have the Battle World Null frame, the avatar frame, and that's for clearing Battle World difficulty 5 for the first time reward. And it's my understanding that this is the maximum difficulty. There's like, D0, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I think 5 is the end because that's the description for the frame. And then we have the Golden Harvest player frame. They're doing something around Thanksgiving for like the whole entire month and turkeys for November. This is the Cosmic Awakening month-long event, which we'll see. There's this new Voyage orb that's coming up for the November event as well. And it says, or in the Astral Voyage event, I'm pretty sure. Oh, wait, no, sorry. This is just the first. Never mind, sorry. That's the first week event of November. So there's going to be an orb called the Voyage orb. Contains Crimson Gear. It's we'll see the actual event details below. There's also going to be a Diamond Champions 4 orb, which contains 3 diamond promotions for, I guess, new characters. I suppose there's one. This is related to the month-long event. I think the leaderboard in the month-long event, you get one of these orbs, I think, or maybe 2 if you do really well, of 12 select characters. They're updating that. Cosmic Elixirs is the new currency for the Cosmic Awakening month-long in the variety of events. And that's a typo. It should say November, but it is for the month of November. So I guess that needs to get fixed by their in-game files. The Astral Armor through the Astral Voyage event, that's the one that I do have the details of down below. The Nebula Cloak, which is for the Nebula Trials event. Again, I don't know if this is related to Nebula, the character, or whatever. Maybe it's just a name. Lunar Scepter, that's the third week event for the Lunar Rebirth event. Cosmic Key for the Galactic Awakening event. So we know that these events actually have nothing in common with the characters that are related to it. Like, we'd have like a Nimrod event for some vampire event, and then we have the Blade event, Blade character shards next week or Monday for a Zombie Scarlet Witch, Overwhelming Hunger, right? So the names associated and what you get out of it has no bearing on it anymore because we're so far behind on character releases. But let's talk about this. So Cosmic Awakening earned Marvelous rewards. Oh, they fixed it there throughout November. Commander earned Marvelous rewards through, the following events, blah, 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 blah. Cosmic Awakening events. Points earned points by collecting Cosmic Elixir and the Astral Armor, Nebula Cloak, Lunar Scepter, Cosmic Key, and turkeys from November events. I think those are just going to be in the milestones, though. You can find more Cosmic Elixirs and daily free claims on our website. Good luck. Can I zoom in further? I feel like this. Why does Discord suck when it comes to zooming in? Is that better? There we go. Okay, so coming soon, Astral Voyage, earn turkeys, T3 ISO 8 ions, and Crimson Mutant Gear. Commander, Astral Voyage milestone. Gain progress in this by spending campaign energy. So it's not a leaderboard as far as I'm aware, and I am not going to be breaking my hoard. People have been asking me why I've been hoarding my energy. I hoard it anyways, but I'm actually going to be hoarding it ahead of a level cap increase. I don't know when that's coming. It could be in December. But I'm going to be indefinitely hoarding just to get ahead, even at the cost of my my events, because I don't actually care that much for purple ions anymore, which is the bulk of what we're seeing, unless it happens to be a character release, but this one is not. To earn Voyager orb fragments using the Undying team in war, completing the Stellar Conquest web milestone and daily free claims. Now, what's interesting about this particular description, we're going to see below that this is weird that it includes it. Like, it could be a typo. We're going to see. Earn fantastic rewards, including Diamond Orbs, T3 Crimson Biogear. So no mention of a leaderboard. Collecting turkeys and astral armor. Stellar Conquest, web milestones, spending the turkeys on goods in the turkey store. So confirmation that there is going to be a turkey store. It's probably not going to be as good as the candy store because you're not getting it through Alliance donations. But who knows? Maybe there's some good stuff in there. Additionally, it doesn't say what's actually in there. It just says fabulous goods in the turkey store and be rewarded with additional progress in Astral Voyage. Now, this is where things get interesting because the points that are listed for this event says earn 1 Voyager Orb Fragment, win or lose in a Battle World battle. I am not making this up. So maybe it's going live on November. Let me check my calendar. November the 4th, which is when this would be. Why is this listed in here? I think that would be a bit crazy. That's what it says. I'm telling you, that's what it says in the point scoring section of this event. There has been times where that's been subject to change. You know, maybe not often, but you know, it seems a bit early given what we've heard, but maybe not. And why wasn't it in the description of the event up here that talked? It didn't say anything about Battle World up in here. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there that maybe it's not actually happening, but I think it's still worth bringing up nonetheless because it did show up in the data mines. Otherwise, the additional points for this is Battle in War with an Undying Team. And then bonus points for a 5, 6, 7 yellow star, Iron Man Zombie, Zombie Juggernaut, and Scarlet Witch. So those 3 zombies, 5, 6, 7 yellow for bonus points. And then the web milestone is for spending turkeys in the turkey store. So I mean, if you really break it down, if you were to subtract Battle World, the only inputs is campaign energy and battling in war. Seems kind of, and spending turkeys, I guess, but still seems kind of basic to me. Could it be that? Maybe. Maybe it's a very easy event and they're not really intending much else. But these days, you know, there seems to be like at least like 3 different inputs, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is it. Which means that they would have to unveil the release of Battle World next week, saying, "Hey, by the way, it's like on Monday, November the 4th. GG Commanders." Like, so maybe what's the possibility of this happening? The fact that it's in there at all, I think is mentioned, you know, is worth mentioning. I think it's worth bringing up because I think that there's a good chance that it might happen. Maybe it won't, but I still think that I want to let the community know about this because I think it's pretty important if it does end up coming out on that day for this event. So that's what I wanted to share there. The second thing that I want to talk about is the Battle World rewards. Now I made a spreadsheet for this. It's pretty big actually. So there's 3 different. There's a couple of different reward payouts for Battle World, and I think I've spoken this in other videos. But there's going to be, so we have null boss rewards. That's going to be on Zone 6, and that's a separate set of rewards. We're also going to be getting daily rewards from the zones, and that's going to be based on how many waves you clear. And then we also have the Battle World weekly rewards table, which is based on your VPs, and this scales. And then on top of that, there's also the season rewards, right? So there's 4 different payouts related to Battle World. I kind of want to break this down a little bit, but this is what we know in the data mine so far because it does explain not all of it, but a lot of it. And so this particular one here, this is where I want to start. This is the null boss rewards, and this is based on the damage dealt to null. And you can find that actually. I have a screenshot of that here, which I've kind of, you know, alluded to. I've shown this before. And this is the one we saw on the preview Battle World video. Now, I think this is at a much higher difficulty because the table that I have here in the spreadsheets, I think this is difficulty 0. And so basically the full clear down here at the bottom, this is like the best, right? Because it has the 10 null shards down here. But if you look at this, it has 21,000 purple ions and 5,500 Battle World currency. Now this one shows 63,000 purple ions, is a lot more, and 16.5 thousand Battle World currency at a full clear. So I have to imagine either this image is really old, or this is like D4, D5 kind of rewards, and that's what we're expecting near the top, because this is what I have at basically D0, and I imagine that it would scale up from here. So one thing that, if that's the case, you know, I want to say that this seems a bit lackluster. I don't know what we're getting out of the Battle World currency yet. That's not in the data mines as far as the store goes, but 63,000 purple ions once a week seems really low, but that's just my opinion. And of course, the null shards, that would also suggest that the null shards don't scale. I thought that maybe you would get 10 shards at, say, D0, and then like maybe +2 per difficulty, that kind of thing, where maybe D5 would be worth 20 shards. And I think this is a real important question because a lot of people have been talking about why Battle World's even worth it at all, because the main draw for Battle World is supposed to be ISO. And the amount of purple ISO that we're seeing in the variety of different images doesn't seem very good, especially compared to the amount of ions and ISO that we're getting weekly right now. So what's the draw of Battle World, and is this really going to be worth it? Now, the second stuff is going to be the daily zone rewards, and this is separated between the waves. So 12, 24, 48, all the way up to 144 waves cleared. Now, this is D0, D1. I have I want to jump right to the end here. There wasn't a D5 for some reason, but I do have D4 listed. And still, the maximum rewards here for purple ions is listed at 14,000. Now, this is every day, however, so do keep that one in mind, that this is every single day, that you're going to get this 5 times, I suppose, because there's 5 separate zones where you do wave clears. So 14,000 times 5. They could be higher at a D5 that I just don't have for some reason. And then blue 4 and blue 5 ions, which we don't really care about anymore. It's a lot, but like we don't really need that anymore. So 14 times 5, that's 70,000 ions plus the stuff from the null. I guess that's all just going to be added on to your weekly totals. And then we have the Battle World weekly rewards table. Now, this was based on your VPs for the week. So how much VPs you score starts at 200,000, goes all the way to 10 million, apparently. So this is like, I don't know if this is a milestone necessarily that you're going to get all these like additive. I think it's just by the end of the week, depending on how much you score, like a ranking threshold, basically like that, you'll get the payout that's associated with how much VPs that you passed. I think that's probably what you're going to get. I don't think you're going to be getting all of this combined. I would be surprised because the Battle World credits are quite high. And again, I don't really know what we're getting out of this. So 65,000 Battle World credits and 8,100 purple ISO credit. This is like, the orb stuff, right? So like 4 orbs per week doesn't seem very good. So that part's pretty surprising. And like, I really hope there's some good stuff in the Battle World store because we don't really know anything about this. And so far, it's a little bit concerning. Now, this is the Battle World season image that we saw in the preview as well. And I don't remember, honestly, how far it went down below in the preview video. I don't really have, I didn't bring that up. This is just the top 10, which obviously my alliance is not going to get. But you can see, like, maybe what it's going to do. So here's what I think is going to happen in the game. I think we're going to lose Night Raid, and I don't think it's going to be coming back. I think this was temporary for October and November for the Orcus and Night Stalkers team. I don't think we're going to be continuing to get the 500,000 ions per week because it's absolutely insane how much of this rewards we're actually getting on a weekly basis. And, they have to make Battle World worthwhile, right? But given how much we were getting on a weekly, we're getting on a weekly basis, if Battle World isn't at least this much, then it's dead on arrival because the rewards matter. And if we're going to be putting in 6 days a week into Battle World, and we're going to be, putting a lot of effort into this in terms of our spec ops and organization and all that, then the rewards need to meet that sort of amount of effort, And so that's where I'm a little bit concerned. Like on a weekly basis, how much stuff can I expect to get out of Battle World total? And is it going to be equivalent to the amount of time, screen time, and other things that I put into the game mode? Because screen time is a serious concern I have as well when it comes to Battle World. So I guess that's something that we're going to have to keep an eye on. And yeah, whether or not this ends up opening up on Monday, November the 4th, or if, I don't know, somebody put something in the data mines to draw my attention or something, because it sure did. And so whether or not that's a red herring or not, we'll have to find out. But I wanted to raise this to your attention anyways. I also wanted to talk more at detail about the Battle World rewards because I'm a little bit concerned about whether or not going to be worth it in the end. What I've been hearing from the envoys in their playtest review doesn't fill me with a great load of confidence, but we'll have to wait and see when we can play it ourselves or see a little bit more. That's going to be the end of this video, everyone. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Do you think Battle World is coming on November the 4th? Or do you think that they tried to fool me? We'll see what ends up happening. And that's it for now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I'll see you on the next video. Boilon signing out.